What's up? Welcome back to our soft launch of the spooky season, I guess. We're going to be here talking about Marvel Zombies. You know, the 4-episode series is going to be releasing, so we're going to talk about some of the comic books Marvel Zombies. We're going to talk about the What If Marvel Zombies and a little bit more. So we are Hops Geek News. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and find us anywhere you find podcasts, all that good stuff, social medias. We're both struggle busting here today, but it's okay because we're here. We're back. We're doing the thing. It feels like we haven't recorded in a while, but we did. Doing it now. We're talking Marvel Zombies, and we always start with our beer of the week. We go into what we've been reading or watching, some news, and our main topic. So I am drinking my very last one from a brewery that recently closed. True, TRVE. Yeah, they were out of Asheville and Denver. It is their Nazareth. I've had it before. Absolutely love this place. I found like, hey, my people, it's a heavy metalcore,
You were
deathcore.
very happy when we were there.
And then they closed a week later. So
yeah, at least we got to go though. But yeah, you were definitely in your happy zone when we went to that brewery.
That was tough. You know, it's tough. DT also really likes him too. And I was like, oh, dude, sweet. You know, he's the hookup out there. And then they closed that one too. And it's just like, well, there's that. So what sideboard beer are you drinking this week?
I'm drinking the Sidetoberfest. So it's actually one from last year. It's an Oktoberfest from last year, which, you know, it's a lager style. So it tastes pretty good. I think it was better fresh, but it tastes pretty damn good. I have it in my Sidetoberfest glass, but they're this weekend, actually it's now in the past, is their Oktoberfest festival, which is where I got this handy dandy awesome glass because Josh was feeling pretty good last year, and I said I wanted the glass, and when Josh is feeling pretty good at a brewery and I say I want something, suddenly
Carrie does the same. She comes back and she's like, look at this, I got you. I was like, wait, you were just saying we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need to spend money, and then it's amazing how that works, right?
Yes, it's just magical. I don't even say like I want it now. It just showed
like,
up.
Wow, I would like this. And then at the beginning they're like, nah, we don't really need that. Where are we going to put that? And then at the end of the night, it's here you go. And it's amazing. It's like
how I got my dirndl too. It was my birthday and we were just trying on dirndls for fun. And then I see Josh paying for it while I'm like in the mirror.
Look at that.
It out. And I wore it too. I haven't worn it to Germany yet, thanks to COVID, but I wore it to Sidetoberfest last year. But this beer is actually called Sausage Fingers. So, and of course, like all the cool sideward cans, it's got like little creepy skeleton and whatnot on it. But, you know, they're eating fingers like sausages because they're zombies. So I thought it seemed kind of appropriate.
I'm really pumped. I think I'm most excited to go there soon. I do, to your defense, I have a lot of Treehouse in my fridge. However, I chose not to drink the Treehouse because I have to bring some to you and Josh. And so if I just power through Treehouse, then I won't have much to bring to you and Josh. And so,
but we would also understand if you did.
Yeah, don't worry. I just haven't hit up, you know, the local beer spots here recently, I guess. I've also not had any time. So that, whatever.
It's also, I feel like lately I've been noticing more of a difference in fresh versus not fresh.
There's a lot of not fresh beers out there lately. It's crazy.
But it's like it can okay, Crooked Can's a great example of a local brewery that they sell at Disney, they sell at Universal. So we were at Horror Nights the other night and I got a High Stepper and it was good, but it wasn't really good. Whereas the time I had gotten it a couple months for at the same bar, it was really good. So I feel like it's just how fresh that keg is, or maybe it's where it is in the keg. I don't know.
So
I don't know, but drink it fresh, kids.
Time out though. I just do want to touch on Horror Nights real quick because these idiots ruined a good thing. You guys lasted
the Terrifier clown
like 2 weeks, and Art the Clown already got pulled out because you dummies couldn't stop touching him. Like
apparently people were punching him,
bro.
But I wonder if it was people being like funny or if it was like my husband's very, very, very difficult to scare. I'm easy to scare. I ran into him going into the bedroom today, and I screamed "F you" because he scared me. He didn't even do it on purpose, but he's very hard, and I got him recently so good, and He went to go punch me. That was his reaction to being scared. So I wonder if it was some people who have that fight reaction versus flight.
Listen, I don't see the good side of society lately. So I feel like it's probably stupid teenagers, you know, out there being dumb. But nonetheless, man, we can't have anything nice. But was Horror Nights still good? Was it good this year?
It was very good. Tabby was happy the clown wasn't going around. We did not go into the Terrifier house. So we did not do Fast Pass. We gave Brielle, because it was my 13-year-old's first time. She's been begging to go for years. So we brought her, and so we kind of let her lead the way. And we said, we're like, look, we can buy the Fast Pass, which is almost $200 a person, or we'll let you get more snacks and you can get, you know, whatever you want in the gift shop. You know, she got one of those hoodies and everything.
Honestly, I think she chose wisely, to be honest, because I would have much rather gone gift shop and snacks. Are you kidding me? The snacks this year look great. And then the merch actually looks pretty solid too.
Yeah, she got a cute little hoodie that has all the houses on the back and everything. But Jessica was with us and she had gone the night before. So we just followed her lead and we did 5 houses, which I think
that's still a good amount considering Horror Nights. Yeah.
Yeah. So
lines are crazy.
we did the Jason house first, but because we were pass holders, we were able to get into the park before Horror Nights started and stay there. So we were in the Jason line before they actually opened the Jason line. So we didn't have to, like, it was, Horror Nights hadn't even officially started and we already had that house done.
Oh, nice.
And Fallout, everybody said Fallout wasn't great, so we skipped it. So then we kind of did all the
you don't want to see your boy Walton Goggins? That's tough.
You know how many times that came up that night?
Would have been, with, like, they say you get soaked in the Terrifier house.
And then I'm like having to explain to her why Josh is making fun of me.
Anytime I've gotten the kids saying it, anytime Walton's commercial comes on, it's like, doesn't Lauren like him? And I'm like,
oh my gosh, this is terrible. Geez. I'm never going to live that comment down.
That sucks.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, I made one comment once that said, why is Walton Goggins hotter as the Ghoul than he is in anything else because he's always so greasy? And now everybody thinks I think he is so hot. And
he's a babe.
Nothing against him, but he's not my cup of tea.
He's had the same look. I forgot he was an Ant-Man too, but we'll move on to comic books. Go out to Halloween Horror Nights if you've been there. Let us know if you've gone through the Fallout
Scare
house.
Zones are great, yeah.
Let us know if the Fallout house was actually trash or it was good, because I'd be interested to know as well. You would think it'd be pretty decent considering, but you never know.
The house was creepy. I was like, wow, that doll's creepy, and then it started chasing me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody's calling me. I am denying that call. Now, moving on to this week, there was a really big crossover. Deadpool and Batman, the first Marvel DC crossover in decades, is out. Greg Capullo and Zeb Wells, they helmed the main story, which I thought was pretty decent. I really liked it. I was Deadpool, Batman, like Deadpool.
Like, this seems silly. I feel like they nailed it. I really thought it was a lot of fun.
You know, the way that they kind of got the story, Deadpool just shows up. They don't really give an explanation, but he shows up and he's looking for Batman and he becomes a Batman fanboy. I feel like that was pretty on brand for Wade Wilson.
Yeah. And I feel like they don't have a character that's like Wade in the DC universe. So it was really cool to get to see him call out things that we all obviously know.
Yes.
I thought the twist was fun. It was expected, but still like a surprise and a fun surprise. Like, I thought that the whole thing I thought was fantastic. It exceeded my expectations, although my expectations were kind of low. I thought it was just this is a money grab kind of thing.
No, that's fair. Because I kind of did too. But what really surprised me is how much I enjoyed the shorts that they had. So Kevin Smith obviously did Green Arrow and Daredevil. I liked that. We got the return of the punching glove. But the one that really stood out to me was the Steve Rogers Wonder Woman story, which is Steve essentially on his deathbed, and they're telling a story of, Diana was there but she was talking him down from shooting Hitler even. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of interesting. I thought that was really cool. And they just kind of went through these different universes together, but that one really stood out to me. Did any of the other stories to you kind of stand out to you at all? Did you have a favorite?
My favorite was the Deadpool and Batman one for sure. I didn't love the Wolverine one at the end, but that one was
kind of weird to me, and it was like 2 pages. It felt like it was really short.
Yeah, it was very short, and the art kind of took me out of it a little bit. I thought the Kevin Smith one I thought was fun, especially because he's written those two characters. So it's kind of fun to see him.
That's the cover.
He always says he likes pull out his toys and play with. So he got to play with two toys that he's gotten to write for. But they were all fun. The Lobo thing, that was short, but it obviously it looks like Wolverine is Lobo, and wasn't Lobo like created as a nod to Wolverine, or not a nod?
Basically, yeah. I mean, he was the kind of ripoff, like a loose riff of Wolverine. That was DC's kind of version of him, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was great. It's definitely worth picking up. It's super fun. It's enjoyable. I mean, it's not going to be something that they're going to keep doing forever, but it was fantastic. And with this summer, how we got to see Superman and Peacemaker and Fantastic Four and all this stuff going on, it's like, it's the same people going to these movies, so why not?
I agree. And if you pick these up and you do enjoy them, then maybe that'll make them want to write more stories with different characters as well. And it did leave on a cliffhanger, so who knows what the next issues, because there are going to be a few issue runs, so who knows what comes next. But aside from that, we will talk the Marvel Zombies Red Band issue 1, a part of our main topic. We both read that. I did read Absolute Flash. Jeff Lemire and crew are still doing good. I liked this one a lot. Basically, at the end, we did get to meet Weather Wizard. Eleanor Thawne is up to some stuff. She was about to kill Wally's dad. There's some sort of god coming into play. And then the rogues realize, hey, we can do this by ourselves. And they offer Wally to join them. So that's kind of where we're at.
Very behind on that one.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's pretty solid, pretty good. And then I read Predator Kills the Marvel Universe, issue number 2. Kraven is leading an all-out blitz on Earth. And this issue kind of kicks off with Professor Xavier and Magneto. They're playing chess. And then things happen from there. Yeah, well, it gets pretty gruesome because one of those two bites the dust in a pretty brutal way. And then there's another X-Men character that gets his jaw essentially just ripped off. And it's pretty brutal there. And it was just my kind of, wow, they're going all out. I really love this. This is a very fun comic book. It's sold out from my comic shop even, along with Marvel Zombies, which I thought was pretty cool.
And this is Ben Percy.
Right? Oh, yeah. Yes, it's only issue 2, so time to get in on that. I was light this week because I couldn't really read, but what I have been doing, I've been watching the show Taskmaster on our YouTube channel, and essentially I had heard about it because Jason Mantzoukas for the How Did This Get Made podcast, but he's also a big time actor. He talked about loving the show, and he hit up the creator, and the creator invited him on. So it's a British TV show where there's 4 people. One of the guys is from Ghosts. He plays the British version in Ghosts. He's in there. But they
started Ghosts this week.
Oh, the British version or the American?
Oh, this is the guy from The League.
Yes.
Okay, I just Googled him. I was like, who is that? I love him. And he's in Invincible. He's in
he's in a lot of You know him. If you see him, you know he's chaotic.
He's Raffi in The League. He has Parks and Rec.
Oh, that's right. He is in Parks and Rec. That's right. He is, yes. This show is awesome. It's basically just these 2 judges creating random tasks. Each season has the same people doing random tasks for each episode. You have to start by bringing an item with you. So one of the tasks was bringing an item, and Jason Mantzoukas brought his dog's ashes, for example. One of his friends made a mold of her boobs. It's just the most. And then if you win that episode's, like, you score the most points because you get it's a 5-point rating system. So there's 5 people, 5-point rating system based on each task you do. And if you win that episode, you get all of the items that everybody brought. So it's just ridiculous. You win, the dog ashes or whatever people brought. It's just insane. But it's just these most random. Yeah, well, like, that's just an example, right? But it's the most chaotic show ever.
And a lie, like,
yeah. Well, you just doing random tasks.
Mantzoukas' dog's ashes. Sure, you do.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing, but it's so funny. I have never laughed at a TV show as hard as I've been laughing at this TV show. It's just mindless fun. If you want a break from just the world right now, go on YouTube and you can watch Taskmaster, and it is so freaking good. Oh my God. I adore it so much. I love this show. I would love to be on this show, but that's kind of what I've been up to. What comic books and TV show? You got a lot of TV shows this week.
I do. I've been reviewing a lot of TV shows. The comic book I reviewed this week, I only reviewed Deadpool Wolverine, also Benjamin Percy. This has been so good, and I love it because Deadpool and Wolverine, so basically Apocalypse is trying to bring mutant paradise to Earth. Meanwhile, there's an organization called One that is trying to get rid of mutants for human supremacy. And they both have gotten this substance called Legacy 2.0 that allows them to control mutants. So Apocalypse is controlling Wolvie, and this other lady whose name I forget that wears very revealing clothing to work is controlling Deadpool and Maverick. But the whole series, so I think this was issue 9, the whole run so far, like, they've taken turns with Wolverine and Deadpool being brainwashed, but you still get like glimpses of them come out. And so it's fun because the story has been really good. There's been a lot going on, but it's still, you get that camaraderie between the 2 of them. And I think Benjamin Percy does such a good job of balancing that fun with action. Like, if he wrote the next Deadpool Wolverine movie, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. This dude, I will always pick up a comic book from him. He's a big horror movie fan. On top of that, he loves 80 horror movies.
Oh, and he's doing something with Stephen King right now.
Yeah. He's gonna be writing a TV or a movie, but
no, he's doing something where, like, you get mailed like a newspaper once a month for like 6 months or something. I need to look more into that and maybe order it.
Maybe I missed, because I thought I saw he was
could be doing that too.
Movie. I don't know, but yeah, basically he's doing the Lord's work out here. And
I read Boba Fett today. He wrote that too.
How was that one? I didn't read that one.
So it's the black and white and red one.
Yeah.
Which I'm not loving those comics for the art. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't speak to me. I feel like it's almost too busy and there's not enough. I don't know. I'm just not loving the art. The story was good. It was a very simple story. Boba Fett's given a mission and he does his Boba Fett thing. I will continue reading it, but I wasn't instantly sucked in on this one the way I've always been sucked in on his, because he's also writing Helverine, and Helverine is really good too. But Boba Fett too is not a very big character. He's a very
don't care about Boba Fett, I guess.
But I feel like I'm hoping the missions become more of like, where is this going? Because obviously he got himself into a pickle, and he got himself very easily out of a pickle, kind of thing.
Sarlacc, yes.
Right.
Interesting.
I didn't intentionally pick it. My comic book shop threw it in there probably because it's Benjamin Percy. Which stuff
That
does
would
that a
make
lot.
sense. Well, they know you also like Star Wars too, but yeah, if it's Ben Percy, they're like, oh, toss that in there. Come on.
Well, and if I have conversations with them about things I like, even if they're comics I'm not buying, I'm just reviewing, all of a sudden they magically show up in my box.
Shout out to Epic Comics, dude. They really, that's a comic shop that listens, man.
Ooh, and I got a Supernatural teaser.
Ooh, that's right. Did you read it?
It's only like...
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
The first 2 pages. And then it's like an interview with Greg Pak about how he got into it and everything. So,
oh, that's kind of dope. Exciting. I wonder if we can get him to talk Supernatural with us then.
Okay, so
TV shows. What you got?
TV shows. So Daryl Dixon is out. It is getting good. The first episode, I feel like they were really just going from point A to B. It had some good moments, but they were just trying to get to the plot of the story. The plot of the story is now they're in the thick of it. They obviously found this new civilization in Spain. Of course, there's all that, will they, won't they, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. And there's always more to the story, but they're doing a good job of like showing different cultures. Like, we were just in Spain last year. And so I thought it was kind of cool because they were showing some stuff that I was like, oh, that museum we went to, they talked about these masks and this and that. So it's kind of cool that they're integrating this and they're showing that these people have maintained some of their traditions, but they're still living in a zombie apocalypse. And I think they're doing a good job of it. And of course, things are always darker than they seem. So I am enjoying that. Peacemaker, I feel like we'll just talk about Peacemaker when it's over.
Oh, yeah. Well, tonight's episode 5. This is the last episode that we've actually seen in advance.
I know. So now I can't wait.
We don't know what's going to happen after this. And I'm really excited because after this, there's only 8 episodes, I think, this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to make writing the recaps a little harder because it's nighttime, but like 10 o'clock at night afterwards, but I can.
I will be doing it the next morning. I'm not right.
Yeah. If I can do it, we'll see. But no, I'm really excited. This past week's episode, all I'm going to say is it was awesome. It ends on a really crazy cliffhanger. And watch Peacemaker. I got the helmet back there, actually.
I kind of feel bad for him. I feel like
he's going through it this season, man.
He is. And he's riding high, and I feel like he's just going to get knocked down. So the other thing, Gen V is back. So obviously last week we recapped.
Did you see the whole season?
1. I did. I watched the whole season. It's good.
Ooh, it is. Okay.
It is.
Give us something to taste here. Does it tie directly into the next season of The Boys?
I believe so. So yeah. So I did a review for the whole season. That's up on our initiative. And I did a little more in-depth review of the first 3 episodes, which the first 3 episodes are out now. So you can watch those first 3 episodes. Ooh. I thought it was fantastic with how they kept it gruesome, kept it gross, honored Chance beautifully.
That was my next question is this character still involved or did they recast him essentially or what happened there?
No, they did not recast him. They said they weren't going to from the get-go. So his character has since passed away. I think the way that they killed his character, I thought was a good way to honor.
That's always good to honor,
but the actor. And I felt like you felt his presence through all 8 episodes. So I think they did a beautiful job with that. I don't know what the story was beforehand. I doubt we'll ever find out, but I would assume that the actor who plays his dad is, I assume he got more scenes and more parts because of that.
Right.
But they thought they did a great job with that. And the way they tied it in, it's almost like, were they not going to do this at times? The main, I'm trying so hard not to.
It's worth watching. We don't want you to get in trouble, obviously. It's worth watching, yes.
And there was a thing I could have never in a million years predicted. Never. Oh. So I thought that was really cool how they spun this one thing and they kept making you think one thing and then it would be something else. And we get more backstory. In the first 3 episodes that have already come out, you get more backstory on Marie, find out why or how she ended up in the situation she did, because she's always struggled with the fact that she killed her parents, but also like, why did her parents give her compound V when she was born? So they go into a lot of that. And I think it's really cool how they did that. And I think it's really cool how we see, and they do explain how they got out of jail and everything. It's really good. If you've been sleeping on it, I recommend doing it. I feel like there was more tie-ins to The Boys this season. Like even just little things in the background and posters and news articles and everything. Like I thought they did a great job.
Well, that's good.
Season 4 was based so much on Gen V season 1.
Oh,
so who knows what they're going to do with 5? It could be very much so based on it, but we won't know till season 5 comes out.
That's fair. That is fair. All right. Well, have you watched? You got anything else that's sitting out there? I was actually looking up to see if I had the screeners in for Gen V in my account, but no, they're all in yours. You son of a gun. Fine. I guess I'll have to go through with everybody else. That's how it goes.
The first 3 are on AMC. Or AMC, not on AMC.
Well, yes, they're all owned by the same company, Amazon MGM. Yes.
Yes, which I did not know that until I went to pull up the Gen V screeners and I saw my Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, I have all the AMC and all the Daryl Dixons and all that, so I could watch those, but I didn't have the Gen V in there, funny enough. Oh, well, that's okay. Let's go into some news.
I will be rewatching
some news. Game of Thrones, yet another spinoff, this time a prequel called Night of the Seven Kingdoms, will be premiering on January 26th. Was this the one with Kit Harington? I have
no idea. When I saw that pop up, I was
out
surprised.
Of the Game of Thrones fandom, man. Like, I'm so out of this fandom. I cannot. I'm not watching House of Dragon, even though season 3 is coming.
I am watching House of Dragon, but when I saw that other spinoff, I'm like, I don't know that I'll watch it. I just don't care.
Because again, George R.R. Martin has again stopped writing his final book again.
If he would finish the books, I would read them. I read the first book, and I have 2 and 3.
I read the books too.
Kaylee read them,
and then what are we doing, George? You keep putting it off because I truly think he doesn't want to finish it. I don't think he does.
Especially after the backlash the finale got. Who knows? But yeah, House of the Dragon season 3 will be out next summer. We don't have a set date yet, but we shall see. I'll probably watch all of it because Josh is into it too. So a new movie called Anaconda, starring Paul Rudd and Jack Black, is coming out.
Oh yes, did you watch the? You don't watch trailers.
Yeah, and this I'm like, if they don't play Baby Got Back, I'm not going to go see this. Yes, and because as soon as they started playing, I heard do 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 in the background, and I was like, yes.
Okay. I think it's so clever how they're doing this movie. They're trying to film a movie in the Anaconda. So the Anaconda they have
film a sequel to Anaconda.
So, yeah, I think so. And so it's basically like a Tropic Thunder type, like a movie within a movie, which I love. It's Paul Rudd, it's Jack Black, it's got a few other big name actors. Steve Zahn's in this. I freaking love Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn.
Like he's in this too. And as soon as I saw this trailer, I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to be at this movie. It's going to be stupid, but it looks like stupid fun that I will be there for night. I mean,
he played Baby Got Back in the trailer, so my Anaconda don't want.
Yes.
And just the way they were playing the music in the background, almost like it was the Jaws theme. I'm like, this is phenomenal.
It looks super good. Oh gosh, I know. Again, it's just a mindless whatever comedy. But aside from that, there is a live action Archie coming out. It sounds like it's going to be based on the script by Tom King, who has written some Archie comics. That's interesting. Is it going to be a movie or another failed TV show? I hope it's not a TV show.
I believe it's a movie. Okay. I only know this because the Minor Threats Instagram shared it. Because, obviously the next issue of Minor Threats vs. Archie and the Gang is coming out this Wednesday.
See, it's not fair. They got multiple issues of Archie and Minor Threats and only got one Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob. Come on, man.
Yeah, that one was just
I know, it was just ridiculous.
Whereas the Minor Threats one is actually like a storyline that's like diving deeper into the world of Minor Threats.
This next piece of news I didn't know already. I didn't realize. I was actually wondering when this was going to be coming on digital.
Yeah, Fantastic Four will be on digital platform September 23rd. So that's this Wednesday. But this does not mean Disney Plus. So this is going to mean like you can buy it digitally or, whatever.
For whatever, $30 or whatever, which even buying it through whatever, you don't actually own it. So if you can get the Steelbook copy, I really recommend right now, especially getting some physical media for sure. Because they've come out and even said that if you purchase something digitally, you don't actually own it. But it's like, I buy it on your platform. What do you mean I don't? It makes no sense to me. I don't know. Aside from that, though, as Lauren has frozen real quick. Oh, she's back. Okay. Well, Superman is now on HBO Max to stream.
Yes. I feel like they guarantee that you don't own it because they have to keep it in their archives for you to own it. So I feel like that's the issue. So it's continually costing them to hold this.
It wouldn't be an issue.
Digital copy.
Hard copies.
Hard copies skip. So make a skip-proof DVD, Blu-ray, whatever.
Just create your DVDs better, you heathen.
Yeah.
God, I remember having a DVD player in the car and like the kids would scratch the hell out of those CDs, and everything.
And open. When I put mine in like the things that you're not supposed to put them in.
Oh, well, back in the day of even video games, I would have my video games and they would kind of mess up once in a while. You'd have to like blow on it or tap the PS1 or 2.
You have a banana on it. That's supposed to help.
No, I did toothpaste though. Toothpaste was supposed to help, I thought. I don't know.
Interesting. All right. So yeah, Superman on HBO Max. Jared Padalecki has come out and said that his role in The Boys, which I think it will be episode 5. I saw that somewhere.
That's what I heard too. I saw him say episode 5 as well.
Okay, so apparently the character he's playing is somebody who is very excited to meet Soldier Boy. I don't know what that means. That's very vague. We're not supposed to know what it means.
Maybe he's Soldier Girl. I don't know. He's Soldier Moose.
Soldier Moose. So James Gunn has
like,
said that Blue Beetle will fit nicely into the DCU universe.
Do you think we're going to get Blue Beetle in Peacemaker season 2? Because he's been talking about Blue Beetle a little bit lately.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. Maybe.
I have a feeling that
Blue
maybe
Beetle's so
somehow
innocent.
I know. Oh my God, but that would be hilarious. Though. No,
Oy.
I don't think so. Maybe we see Blue Beetle join the Justice Gang at the end. I don't know. Like it's just one of those Peacemaker goes back and talks with the Justice Gang somehow or does something and Blue Beetle's there. Who knows? They interviewed him and he won. This one though, Daredevil season 3 has been greenlit. I know season 2 doesn't come out until the spring, but the fact that they've already greenlit season 3, if they ever cancel this show, I might cancel my life because I need this show. Truthfully, I'll be honest, I don't care about any other Marvel movie right now. Like I'm not looking, I am looking for.
There's nothing I'm stoked for.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not sitting here chomping at the bit for another Spider-Man right now. Am I excited? Yes. Am I excited for Wolverine. Avengers? Yes. However, Daredevil is like my no shit. I cannot
I just want
wait.
To see I hate Heather.
I know. But all right, we'll be right back. Let's talk about some Marvel Zombies.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
All right, dudes. We got 4 episodes dropping September 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Disney+. So heads up for parents, first and foremost. This is a TVMA rated series. This is not something just any old, by all means, I didn't take my son. My wife took our son to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. So like, however you parent, how you parent. But we're going to go to some comic book origin. We're going to wrap up with a recap of our Zombie What If episode. And then we're also going to be talking about the Zombie Red Band issue 1 from Griffin S. Sheridan and Ethan Parker. Both those guys did Kill Your Darlings, which is a really great comic book. So cannot recommend it enough. And I really dug what they did. So
it just came out this last Wednesday.
It did. Now, the first Marvel zombie actually made his debut in 1953, created by Stan Lee and Bill Everett, created from the comic Menace number 5. For the comic Menace number 5. Jeez, Louise. Simon Garth rose from the dead as a zombie after being a human sacrifice. However, he still had some of his soul and consciousness. He could, however, be controlled by anybody who possessed the amulet of Dumbledore. Now, the first official Marvel Zombies comic actually debuted in 2005, written by the best zombie comic book writer there is, Robert Kirkman, with the help of Sean Phillips. Kirkman also did The Walking Dead. It came out 2 years before Marvel Zombies. That's a fun fact.
I got to imagine that's not a coincidence.
Interesting.
Actually, I have my Walking Dead shirt on. It says, "Run like walkers are chasing you." Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, however, Simon is the first zombie of Marvel. He's not the one and done. He has shown up throughout the years. So in 2009, a Marvel zombie story. So he showed up a bunch randomly before Marvel Zombies became a thing too. He was in different stories like Daredevil and all these other things. So then in 2009, an actual Marvel zombie story picked him up again. And he was able to contain the zombie virus within himself, thereby preventing the virus from running rampant as it often does. He also befriended Deadpool's head. So it was a good time. And there was actually a annual, I think it came out last year, that took place far, far in the future. It was really cool. And like Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
So Deadpool is as just ahead is not a, that's a thing.
That also kind of was a nod to the What If episode where Ant-Man was just ahead.
Well, and we get that in the Robert Kirkman comment. We get Janet as just ahead.
Well,
but we're getting
also, we
ahead
get the
of
Deadpool
ourselves.
Head in
Deadpool, Wolverine and Deadpool. I always want to say Wolverine.
Whatever. Well, yeah.
Because let's face it,
we are getting ahead of ourselves. Sorry.
Ahead of ourselves. Okay. So the Marvel story by Kirkman and Phillips, which was the first official Marvel zombie run, was only 5 issues. So that was actually a crossover with Ultimate Fantastic Four 2003. Ultimate Mr. Fantastic was trying to make Thing human again. And he seemed to be talking to another version of himself that seemed to be the main universe read. However, it was not. it was Zombie Reed
I
Richards.
think I have this run actually in my books because I have a bunch of the Ultimate Fantastic Four run. So I think I might actually have a lot of this. I'll have to go back through and look. Sorry.
So it's 03. So the other Reed, which is the Zombie Reed, says like, hey, come on over. We'll help you. So Ultimate Reed shows up and he sees that civilization has completely succumbed to the zombie virus. And that included heroes and villains and even the Fantastic Four of their world. Oof. This undead planet was not always undead. A zombie sentry actually crashed into the Earth. And that's how the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four got sick. The Fantastic Four, being the problem solvers they are, wanted to open a portal to another world so they could get more brains to eat, more people to eat, because they were running out of humans on their world.
Boys go to Mars to get more candy bars, and Marvel Zombies go to other Earths to get more brains.
Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to Mars to get candy bars.
Boys go to college to get more knowledge. Girls go to silly goose. You got Pooties.
That's not the one. I don't have Pooties. I had my shot years ago. Circle, circle, dot, dot.
Oh man.
Ultimate Reed. So because now you made me lose my place. You made me go to Jupiter. Okay.
Oh, she went to Jupiter, folks.
So because within a few days they ate all the human brains and the brains were gone. So the Fantastic Four is like, I know how to get more brains. We'll open this portal. They reached out to Ultimate Reed and voila. So Ultimate Reed
there's a joke in there. They ate all of the human brains on Earth in a couple of days. Oof. They must have spent like 2 hours in America at that point.
Ooh, they just went to went up to DC. So Ultimate Reed does get out alive. Woohoo! He survives. However, the sole human survivor who helped him get out of there was Magneto. So Magneto is like the only human on Earth. So
listen, Magneto is a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. Okay, everybody? Jeez.
What murders? So what happened to Magneto? He's the sole human survivor on a planet zombie, aka Earth 2149. And that's where the first Marvel Zombies picks up with issue 1.
Oh, baby. Issue number 1. Yes. Magneto fought longer and harder than anybody else. Some say he was the best fighter around. Actually, his ratings were very high. However, he too was taken down via zombie. Daredevil, Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and more all fought over him as they ate him shortly after he closed the portal after Reed left, which, much like we saw in What If, they still have their powers and fighting skills, which is terrifying, first and foremost.
And their sense of humor. These books are funny.
Yeah, they really are. They have nothing else. They want to eat brains, but also at the same time, they have a wicked sense of humor, which I love. They're not just mindless zombies with powers. I love that.
Right. They're not mindless eating machines.
Yes. After they eat, they also have some very human feelings and emotions, such as Spider-Man begins to question why he ate his wife and Aunt May, but as the zombie heroes are still hungry for brains, enter Silver Surfer. What happens in issue 2 with Silver Surfer?
Issue 2, Silver Surfer takes one look and then is like, what the hell? And takes off.
Bye,
so
guys.
They all still want to eat him, though. Meanwhile, Giant Man checks in on T'Challa, who's his prisoner. He's eaten his arm, and now he's about to eat his leg. Because the only way they have clear minds is when their bellies are full, which doesn't last very long. So he keeps T'Challa drugged because he is a humane kind of person. He's like doing this and he's justifying to a drugged out T'Challa why he's doing this. I'm sure you understand why I'm doing this. I'm trying to do research and I need a clear mind. But he also tells him that he likes eating humans. Even if there was a cure. Well, he's like, I actually do like the taste of flesh. Even if there's a cure, I might still do it for fun. So Wasp walks in and she's really angry. So Giant Man and Wasp are married at this point. And Wasp is very angry that he's not sharing. So she goes really tiny to kind of, I guess, fight him. And Ant-Man grabs her and bites her head off and then spits out her head. Jeez. Because zombies taste terrible. Yuck. Iron Man.
Seasoning, man.
So go back to Iron Man. He missed out on eating Magneto. So they lie to him and they're like, oh, Magneto exploded. There was nothing to eat. And he's like, okay, that's BS. I know that's BS. So Iron Man asks Peter to figure out if they're lying. He asks Peter how his wife and Aunt May are. And Peter starts like getting really upset. He's like, yeah, you guys just ate. So Iron Man knows they're lying. He accepts it as he says he would have done the same thing. Then Cap and Iron Man devise a plan to find more food. If they take a Quinjet, it could look like a rescue mission. Like they're doing all their like intelligence and everything of how they would rescue people, and they're doing it to like find people to eat.
That's creepy.
It is creepy because it's still them, but it's like completely.
I know they know what they're doing, but they're doing it not for good. I mean, depending what side of the aisle you're on, but they're looking to eat people. Okay, they're supposed to be saving everybody.
Bad. So then he asks Cap where the bunkers were when he was president, because they're like, there's some bunkers. I bet there's some politicians in those bunkers. We could go eat them. So all of a sudden, Silver Surfer does show back up. He tells them Galactus coming and gives the whole speech, and they don't care. They just attack and they
Harold. Which I was always curious because I feel as though Silver Surfer was like you couldn't get through his skin.
They figure it out. They
thought, true. Yeah. Comic books, timey. It's all timey.
They're like, once you get under this metal skin, it's all meat. Like they do mention that.
It's like a crab shell almost. You just gotta break out. Crack the crab legs. There you go. You're in.
I will say I paid $9 and was able to digitally read this on barnesandnoble.com today. So it's 5 issues for $9. Ain't bad. If anybody wants to read the whole thing. At all. No, that's pretty good. $5. Yeah. And support comic books, man. I mean, issue 3, they rip Silver Surfer apart thanks to the Hulk, and then they eat him. Iron Man, who is now Iron Half Man, but is more than your average zombie meal. They get some of his cosmic powers up because you are what you eat. Phenomenal cosmic powers.
The zombies who partook on his body were Captain America, Iron Half Man, I should say, Giant Man, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, the Hulk, and Wolverine. These heroes killed a bunch of the zombies, so more food for them. Galactus finally shows up. He says he's there to eat their planet and ask where Silver Surfer is. They tell Galactus, hey, we ate him. We're kind of hungry still. You looking real good right now. You're a kind of snack I want. Now, meanwhile, Magneto's acolytes, who we actually learned were alive in issue 1 thanks to Asteroid M, find Black Panther alive with the head of Janet Zombie, who's begging to eat a piece of him because she somehow helped free him.
She's like, just give me a sausage finger, like my beer. No,
just finger. Let me get a piece of that. Just a bite. I need a bite, my precious.
I just kind of love that, like Silver Surfer and Galactus go to planet to planet to like eat the planets, and they get to this one, and they're just like, they're just zombies everywhere.
You guys are too weird for me, man.
Yeah. All right. So issue 4, Galactus isn't going down easy, obviously. So they retreat to come up with a plan, which they must do without the Fantastic Four because they're locked over in the Ultimate World. I don't know what happened to them. I haven't read that comic. I didn't look it up. So if you know, let us know, or maybe we should just read it. So they get locked out when Magneto closed portal. So Giant Man says, follow me to my lab, which he has kept a secret. At the lab, he learns T'Challa has escaped. Days later, they have no plan. Luke Cage and Spider-Man are playing Go Fish. And with Silver Surfer powers, though, they do manage to scour the earth for some good stuff. Like they get vibranium, Anaconda, they go to the Sanctum, they go to Latveria. So they collect all these resources to create this weapon. Meanwhile, to stave off their hunger and to keep their minds clear, they actually, some of them cut holes in their tummies to pull out meat that the stomach acid hasn't dissolved, and they're re-eating that.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Gnarly.
But Spider-Man didn't want to do that because
that's clever writing, man.
He was like, oh, I'm already too beat up. I don't want to do that. And so I think that's why he wasn't helping them. And I'm like, well, Spidey's very smart. I wonder why he's not helping them. But that might have been why. Yeah, it's interesting. So Galactus is back, and so are some well-known villains who are attacking Galactus. So you actually see like Goblin, Red Skull, Doc Ock, all these villains are suddenly attacking Galactus. So then the heroes decide to use their new tech and blast him. So back on Asteroid M, they have brought Black Panther back to Asteroid M. A scientist up there is eager to study Janet's head and hopefully find a cure. As T'Challa hands Janet's head to the scientist, he says, quote, careful, she's a biter, which I feel like they said that in What If. Forge is also up there, and he's ready to help T'Challa with some prosthetic limbs.
Yay. You know what? I do enjoy that T'Challa is still sticking around, okay?
Yes.
Because I would have been really sad if, like, first of all, you can't just torture a man like that and then kill him. Like, you can, but it's sad.
Janet helped him to escape. That was very nice.
Speaking of sad, I completely forgot that I went and saw The Long Walk this past week.
Oh, I don't want to hear anything, though.
Just know I read
the book, so I know.
I should have done a review on it. My bad. I didn't. I lost my eyesight Sunday, but that gives me no excuse. But I think I was busy. I don't know. Anyways.
A good excuse for not writing losing your eyesight.
Issue 5. Galactus starts to go down. Uh-oh, he's going down. They're yelling timber. It's villains versus heroes for who's eating. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Looks like meat's on the menu, boys. if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, or for a while because Galactus is wicked big kid. So Red Skull kills Captain America by scooping at the brains that were inside of his open dome. Then all the villains fall, and then that's when the heroes feast a mighty feast. Now, flash forward 5 years later, Black Panther, the Acolytes, and the Wasp, who is now cured because if you don't eat for a few weeks, the hunger goes away, and now she has a cybernetic body. Wow, imagine that. All you gotta do is go hungry for a few weeks. Can't even see the lines, can you, Russ? Return to Earth. Black Panther married somebody on Asteroid M. He has a baby. Yay! Collective.
I'm sure that'll end well.
Yes, Galacti went to the stars in hopes of finding more brains. It ends with a zombie Galactus going to eat another planet. There are no people or zombies to be found. On another planet, they brace for an impending Galactus attack. It's Giant Man, Luke Cage, Iron Half Man, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Hulk all dressed as Galactus.
It's not actually Galactus. It's them as the collective Galacti.
They're, just picture like, what is it? The Little Rascals where they put the things on, they go in there, walk into the movie theater, like, that, yes.
It's not that, but you can picture
feeding
that.
Feeding time.
They actually say that. It's feeding time.
Ends with the end question mark? Uh-oh, what could it mean? It means that in 2007, there was a team up with Marvel, in Dynamite. They created more Marvel Zombies versus the Army of Darkness. I need to read that because Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell is incredible. First of all, this gave some origin to the source of the zombie infection in Kirkman and Phillips' first zombie story. Also in the year 2007, Kirkman and Phillips did more Marvel Zombies in Marvel Zombies Dead Days, issue number 1. It's a one-shot that chronicled the fall of the heroes to the infected. Later that year, they did Marvel Zombies issue number 2. The few surviving non-zombies, such as Black Panther, Forge, and Magneto's Acolytes, created new Wakanda. In this, they realized some of the zombies can control themselves by overcoming their hunger and becoming useful members of society once more. Basically, if a zombie goes 2 weeks without eating human flesh, they are cured of hunger, but they're still decaying walking corpses. And
like
this
becomes her.
Yeah. Oh, Carrie showed me that, man. That was a
great movie. Bruce Willis is in that.
It's Bruce Willis as Meryl Streep. Yeah.
Goldie Hawn.
That movie was weird. In a good
I
way.
remember loving that movie when I was a kid.
Or Bruce Willis too, by the way. He, his dementia is taken on to where he's gotten moved to a other facility, which
I don't know why this is public information. I don't understand that.
Right?
None of us should know this.
But his wife mentioned that because I guess she was asked and she talked about having him move to like a care facility, which I think is perfectly reasonable because people don't understand.
Sure, but they've posted videos and stuff of him. Like if I lose my mind, like I don't want my family taking videos and posting it on the internet.
I think it's their way of grieving and cope because everybody grieves differently. So I think in their way, they're finding some beauty and some solace in it because they're showing everybody out there who grew up with Bruce Willis and knows Bruce Willis that like, hey, he his memory. I don't know. I do think it's weird, but I think there is a heartfelt reasoning. But
I feel like seeing my father-in-law in the state he is in now and knowing that my kids don't remember him being fully aware. Like my younger two, it's like that's crappy. And I know that he would rather be remembered as who he was and not this shell. And I feel like when you put that out, it's hard to like forget that. But yeah, we all grieve in our own ways. That is true.
That's very true.
All right, back to zombies. All right, there continues to be a lot more, but this was the first official start to Marvel Zombies.
Yes.
So since this run, there's been a ton of spinoffs and one-shots. There's a Christmas Carol one. There's a Halloween one. There's a zombie Spider-Ham with Undead Ham and so much more.
Spider-Ham.
One that dropped this past week. So let's talk about the issue that just dropped.
Yes. So Marvel Zombies, it's Red Band. It's issue number 1. It's by Ethan S. Parker, Griffin Sheridan, Jan Bazaluda. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Jan. Eric Arsenigia and Travis Lanham. I just cannot see to even pronounce these names, let alone pronounce names normally. So I'm trying to like read these names as though I'm Lauren with her size 75 font text. And it's just hard.
Son of a bitch.
But Greg Land and Rochelle Rosenberg did the cover. It did come out this past week. It's the first issue. I really liked it. Now, the premise essentially is that the Fantastic Four took an unauthorized. It was like the most important space flight in history. This is according to
they're coming back. We all know the story. They go to space and they come back. But they come back and they're zombies.
They took a spaceship when they weren't supposed to. And now everyone's there to basically scold them and arrest them. However, they come out as zombies. But they know what they're doing. It's pretty cool.
Goblin time. That's an actual line in the comic.
It is by the thing. The thing's just there to gobble. He comes out and he says, it's goblin time. And I go, you know what? I think I quite like this.
Yes. It's a bunch of funny, silly stuff. And like the doctor at the one place is like Dr. Blake. So you're like, oh, he's going to turn into Thor. And he did. And what they, so we're going to spoil this issue, but we won't spoil further ones because what Invisible Girl did to Thor was horrendous. So first she like he throws the Mjolnir at her. She takes it into one of her bubbles, one of her force fields. And so he loses control over it. And then she puts Thor into a force field because then he turns into Dr. Donald Blake. And then she's like, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, whether you're, I forget what she says, whether you're like a bodybuilder or cripple or whatever, you're going to look the same on the inside. And she like explodes him in the force
field. Was, dude, oh my God. Like, but like before we get like all the first pages though are an innocent Peter Parker who's kind of like learning to become Spider-Man. And we have Aunt May and Uncle Ben are still alive at this point.
Yeah. And Aunt May has like a heart issue because she's watching the zombies on the news.
Yeah.
And Uncle Ben's like, her heart.
We got to go to the hospital. Apparently, I mean, they're old, but
that's why they're at the hospital. And Dr. Blake is their doctor.
Yeah, so they are at the hospital, but that is when Thor, and I'm actually looking at it right now because Thor shows up. It's like, I demand cease to all this senseless violence. And as he's exploding everybody, the zombies come through and they end up eating Aunt May and Uncle Ben. And Peter walks in there and there's a scene where Peter's just like, no, but there's so much blood everywhere. And you're just like, oh, wow.
For a second, I was starting to wonder if Peter had even been bitten yet because he was so hesitant. And then you see him land in his little Spidey pose.
Yes. And like before Thor even gets blasted, though, that's when all this. So they're spreading the virus through New York City, and Reed Richards and them basically are like, silence all the zombies, cut the shit. Okay. We don't want random chaos. Okay. We all are starving. Our conquest, it's just starting. And then that's when Hulk and Iron Man and Thor show up. Daredevil in his yellow costume too. I was really excited about that. And then Daredevil's also like, I think I'm kind of out of my depth here, guys. I wasn't ready for this. And then Hulk's over there just like smashing and ripping people apart.
Like, there's no heartbeat. So that's got to be harder to follow. Like that's his issue. Like when he's fighting the Hand and their hearts are steady, that like he can't follow them as well when he can't hear their heartbeat.
So here's her actual words. So when she has, doctor in the bubble, she goes, oh my, you're not a god at all, are you? You're just a man. Do you know how many men I've killed today? Don't be too embarrassed whether you're the bodybuilder or the scrawny doctor. I'll bet you look the same on the inside. And the bubble turns into red, but you see an eyeball up against it and you kind of see like intestines and stuff. Holy nuts. Dude, it is that panel is insane. It's gnarly. And Sue Storm, absolute badass.
Yeah, it was pretty badass, even though it was like
we get an even crazier panel with Hulk ripping Reed Richards, like stretchy man. He just rips Reed Richards, and it's just like, what? This issue went crazy. Oh my God. And that's when the Fantastic Four retreat and they're like, hey,
Frightful Four.
Johnny Storm names them the Frightful Four, and they're like, you know what? I kind of like it.
Yeah, he's like, I like it.
And then, though, what happens at the end that kind of reminisces the first Zombies issue.
So we see Silver Surfer at the very end, and it's like a Silver Surfer is among the stars. But then Silver Surfer's like, I don't see any stars.
I wonder what that's about. Because that was kind of a twist. The fact that there was no stars at the end, I thought was very interesting. I need to know what it means, because that was weird. Because he's out there doing his thing, and there's no stars. And it's like, wait a second. What is going on? Because the Fantastic Four clearly brought something back with them. Johnny's still out there talking about the ladies and how he's still handsome.
Yeah.
They had their humor.
They're like, Johnny, there's holes in your face. Like you're decaying. Yeah.
I loved that. And they wanted to talk about doing things smartly too. And it was like, oh, wow. These guys they still have humanity.
They just ate. Almost, so they're
that's a good point. Sharp. I guess I didn't even think about it.
And Hulk kept going. So whenever Bruce was hungry, he would turn into the Hulk, and then when he ate, he would turn into Bruce. But like the food inside his tummy would stay the same size. So then he would be like at one point, like a bone like bust through Bruce's tummy because it was like something the Hulk ate.
Oh man!
So it was these comics are funny. I had never read a Marvel Zombies comic till this week, and so I
read some here and there, but I wasn't huge on them because
I didn't even know Robert Kirkman wrote the first one.
Okay, yes, I
read all the Walking Dead.
I'm 90% sure I have those in my bin. in my closet right now. But I remember reading, because they released some around Halloween, I think last year, and I read some of those and I was like, whatever. It wasn't bad, but this one was good. It was funny. Yeah. It was really good. Yeah. I thought this issue was dope.
And the first run with Robert Kirkman was great too. And I'm sure that they're going to be with this show and Halloween coinciding. I'm sure you'll be able to get more of them at your local comic shop if you can. But yeah,
I'm excited about this 4 episode. What do you think? Because do you think it's going to be more of like following the What If, or do you?
I have no clue. Well, I was wondering that too.
Let's. Why don't you tell us a little about What If's last scene on What If, because it ended with a pretty big cliffhanger that I feel like you should do something.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
But let's talk about that episode, and then we can kind of theorize.
Okay, so side note, this is not actually the first time we've seen zombies in the MCU. Hela did command an army of the undead in Thor Ragnarok. But last scene on What If, Zombies edition, not the last scene on What If. Season 1, episode 5, What If, ? Zombies. So Hulk is Rainbow Bridge to warn everybody Thanos is coming. This is straight out of Infinity War. So hear me rejoice as Thanos' goons go to attack. Bruce, Tony, Doctor Strange, and Wong show up and eat them. So
okay, yes. Because it was Bruce landing the same way that the Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, it was just like the movie. Yeah.
He was like, hey guys, what happened in New York? And then he sees, oh, you guys are so screwed. The Avengers are here. Hey, that's a bit far. As they're eating them, it was, oh yeah.
Yes. And I love, like, Doctor Strange's cape is obviously very reminiscent of Carpet from Aladdin. But I feel like in this issue, it was more so like Carpet because he was just completely just saving the day and helping. And yeah.
He saved Bruce's ass. Yeah. Like and everybody else and Ant-Man.
So Doctor Strange's cape saves Bruce until Wasp and Spidey show up with some giant ants. They're human. They're not zombies yet. So it turns out 2 weeks prior, when Hank Pym finally found Janet in the quantum realm, because remember, those movies do take place kind of close to each other, because at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp is when they all disintegrate and at the same time Infinity War is ending.
Yes.
So the math as to still be consistent with
which again, the consistency that they kept with it is pretty dope.
Yeah. So Janet, though, was a zombie. So they brought her back. She attacked Scott. And then within 24 hours, the Pacific Northwest was completely infected. Wasp was able to fly away, so she was safe. The Avengers show up, and it completely backfires because tiny Ant-Man bites Cap on the neck, and it's over. Next, we get Spidey's video on how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Number 1, wear long sleeves.
It reminded me of, sorry, real quick, Zombie
Kamala Khan.
Oh. No, Zombieland. The rule. Remember, stretch, cardio. Yeah, that's what that reminded me.
Yeah. So, and then number 2, hygiene, less human smelling, the better. Use body spray. Bucky helps out here. Number 3, aim for the head. Sharon helps here. So these people are all still. So the Dora Milaje shows up because T'Challa went missing with the Avenger. They get a hexagonal message coming from Jersey. Off to Jersey via a train they go. At the station.
They have to go to New Jersey.
Happy's not happy about that.
Sorry, Kat. They have to go to New Jersey.
So, Happy ends up getting arrowed, and obviously it's by Zombie Hawkeye. Now Zombie Happy is a thing, and Zombie Falcon flies in, and Okoye takes out Sam. So the train takes off. There's something on top of the train. It's Cap. He gets Sharon. Bucky cuts him in half with his own shield and says, sorry, pal, this is the end of the line. And then Bucky keeps the shield. Hope explodes out of Sharon because she had gotten in like Sharon's mouth, but they notice a wound on Hope, so that means she's contaminated and she's going to get sick.
This sets up a really good scene, though.
Yes. Peter says, we got to have Hope, her name, as they're off to get a cure. Do you want to take it from here? Wrap up this episode?
They are faced with a horde to which Hope says to let her die, ending this since she helped start it. She goes giant and carries the survivors through the horde as the sun sets over the gate. As the zombies crawl up a giant Hope, she then collapses. It's actually really sad considering it's an animated, it's a cartoon, it's What If. It's pretty sad because Hope sacrifices herself ultimately for getting them
through. She couldn't have shrunk down.
No. Now, they notice that the zombies are not trying to get past the fence at this point, which is because they find Vision. Now, the zombies do not like what the Mind Stone frequency emits, and Vision turns out to have Scott's head. Not only
instead
that,
of Janet's, he has Scott's head.
Yes, but Scott's head actually talks, and it's not a zombie head, it's a real head. Vision cured him. They need to emit the frequency higher, but the tech is not here. Maybe it's in Wakanda. Ooh.
And he actually cures him because while he's just a head, his head is not decaying.
No, he's still alive, and then he gets to travel around in Doctor Strange's cape even, so that's exciting. Now, they see that they're not the first to respond because Bucky finds T'Challa, who says that they have to run. The call was actually a trap because Vision is capturing food for none other than zombie Wanda. You know, actually, when I lost my eye, I didn't lose it. It's still there. I tore my retina this week. And my first thought was, oh no, now me and Wanda have something in common. We both lost our vision. Anyways, he cannot cure her because she's too strong and he couldn't kill her. So he's feeding her, right? Wanda attacks them. Vision decides to atone for what he's done, but he cannot leave her. He tells them where a Quinjet is. He then rips his Mind Stone out to give to them. Wanda sees dead Visions, and while her heart does not beat, it does seem to break a little bit. She bites Bruce, but Hulk takes over at this point, to which he gives the stone to Peter and goes to buy them some time. So it's Hulk versus zombie Wanda in a pretty crazy fight that not even the Hulk can really win, right? As the plane takes off, a giant zombie Hulk grabs their jet. And really, honestly, we should have seen this come, which I actually have a question because Hulk can't kill himself, right?
Right.
So why doesn't him or Wolverine, when they get bit, why don't their bodies regenerate? Plot. You're right. But
in this,
more so.
In the zombie one, I don't know. And Wolverine even says, I don't know why my healing factor is not kicking in.
Oh, okay. At least they acknowledge it because that's something that always bothered me. It was they can't die. More or less because they just regenerate. So it was like, wait a second, shouldn't their bodies kick out any sicknesses such as that makes you wonder if like a speedster, say, because we've never really seen zombies in the DC universe, would Flash be able, or you would also think Captain America would have been able to metabolize and kick out this. I don't know. I mean,
none of it makes sense. Like,
I'm thinking too deeply into something that's not even real. So what do I know?
But T'Challa even says with Janet, he's like, because she's like, just let me take a bite of you, or, just cut something off so I don't infect you. And he's like, you don't even have a stomach to digest this. It is all in your head. So I don't know. Maybe it cancels out. I'm trying to think if any of their, maybe it cancels out because Wanda's still a mutant. But we're also comparing the comic and What If. So
again, I'm absolutely just, we're getting
but
really
Hulk doesn't
into something that's not real, but yeah, it is.
Yeah,
weird.
Hulk ends up turning to Hulk to cancel out the bite.
Yeah, but then he becomes zombie Hulk.
Oh, does he? Did I forget?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Anyways, they make it free. They break free. They make it to Wakanda where there's a zombie Thanos.
Or maybe I said no. It's a giant wasp grabs their jet.
Oh no! Okay, that's okay.
So it's Hulk versus zombie. Oh, does
Wanda.
Hulk then grab
you said
it
Hulk
too?
versus zombie Wanda because as the plane takes off, a giant zombie Hulk grabs her jet.
I don't remember now, and I'm going to see if I'm wrong. So
I just watched it today. Anyways, they manage to break free. They make it to Wakanda. That's where we see the Thanos stepping out, and the only stone he's missing is the Mind Stone, which leads me to wonder, like, hey, is Marvel Zombies, is that going to pick up? But then again, we have Blade, we have Baby Metal, Blade's killing to Baby Metal. That's awesome. And we have a bunch of other characters, and it's 4 episodes. And from the early reports are that it's wicked good. So I don't think it does. I've not seen anybody mention that it carries on from the What If. So it probably just doesn't. They might save it for later on. Who knows? But I am really excited that we are getting this because I think we should absolutely get more, special presentations, TV shows. Because I loved the Werewolf by Night special presentation that we got for Halloween.
That was
fantastic. Zombies. So I want them to do more of this stuff, man. Did we get an answer?
I'm watching. Hulk and Zombie Wanda are now fighting. They blast a bunch out. The jet takes off. I don't think it's a Quinjet. I think it's another type of jet.
Oh, I thought
maybe it is a Quinjet. We did it. We really did it. Don't jinx it. Does anybody here watch horror movies? Peter said that a few times. No, it's giant wasp grabs it. It's Hope. She's giant, but where's the Hulk? I don't know. She grabs the jet. Firing thrusters. Black Panther's firing thrusters. This is ridiculous. I rewatched this yesterday. Why don't I remember this? And then they take off.
I just watched it today, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
it was giant wasp. Oh, and then she throws another zombie. Where's Hulk? Did Hulk just get left? Maybe we don't know what happened to Hulk. Maybe that's why we were confused.
Guys, we might have made a mistake. I don't know. How are you feeling? Anyways, because what are your thoughts, theories for
the Hulk back there?
They must have.
I don't know. Okay. My thoughts.
Nonetheless.
Everyone in the Marvel universe is essentially a zombie except Uncle Ben. So I think it's kind of funny that we're focusing on this thing. But I will say, like, reading these comics is worth it just for the art and the fact that they're hilarious, because the art is truly spectacular. They do a great job with the art in these.
They do. I really liked the design and the animation for the What If show. And then I really liked the artwork, especially because I feel like they don't shy away. It's zombies, and they really make it bloody and horror type. You know?
Yeah. They don't hold back. They eat their own inside.
Don't. Yeah. I'm down for it. That was pretty good.
And it's like, they're still very serious. They're still like, well, we need to work together to get food. And then they're like, you didn't share your food. And they're like, you wouldn't have done that either. So
that's true.
That's
yeah.
fun.
Well, I don't have anything else to add. That's our kind of kickoff. What are we doing next week, Lauren?
Should I whistle? I can't even whistle because I'm going to start laughing.
Well,
Screamboat Willie.
Yeah, it's on Peacock now, baby. If you know anything about the lore here, myself, Carrie, and Megan were sitting in there to watch this screening of this back at MegaCon this year. Due to technical difficulties and schedules, we had to leave, so I didn't get to watch it. It's finally on Peacock streaming. It's David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, is our Screamboat Willie. It's a B spoof horror film.
Wait, what? Our Art the Clown is our Screamboat Willie?
Yeah, Art the Clown plays Screamboat.
Oh, really?
David Howard Thornton plays Screamboat. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know anything about Terrifier except the fact that you told me I shouldn't watch it.
Just know it's not a Brielle movie, but this movie we'll see. It's supposed to be ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. And we're probably also going to watch it with Patreons at some point, but we're going to talk about that movie next week. So like, subscribe, share, follow at Hopsgeek News, anywhere you find podcasting platforms, social media, all of that good stuff. And let us know your favorite Marvel Zombies moments. We will see you guys next week, of course. Cheers, everybody.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.